point, the stronger you get. But it never, your set point and release point, well, they're two different things, but your set point, kind of wherever you set the ball when you're about to get into your shot, whether it's here, here, and then your actual release point, when the ball is actually leaving your hands, you want to keep the release point up as high as possible. Maybe not as high as possible, but just fluid. Don't think about that too much. I would say the problem comes with the set point, and this leads to the second mistake that I'm going to show you in a second. But a lot of times I see kids, because a lot of times younger players, they first shoot from down here, and they get told that's the wrong way, that's the wrong way, you need to raise your set point, and then they start shooting, trying to shoot from here when they're not strong enough. Now, if you watch a lot of NBA players, if you watch some of the best shooters in the world, even these guys are super strong, super athletic, and they don't even set the ball up here. Some might, but you'll see the best shooters don't set the ball up here. Now it might look like they're setting the ball up here because as they're getting into the shot, that's where their shot path goes. But none of them are coming here and setting the ball up here. All right, at least not the best shooters. Now some will, it will look like, because if you take a picture of it, like for instance, if you take a picture of Stephen Curry shooting, you're gonna see that it looks like his set point is up here. But in reality, he's catching the ball, he dips the ball, and then he's bringing the ball up, and then the picture might be taken from here, but if you look at his whole release, it starts down here. So he doesn't just catch the ball and set it up here and then shoot, because that's what leads into problem number 2 that I see a lot of players have, is they're here and then they catapult the shot. So and that's how they shoot. So why does this happen? This problem happens from lack of strength and then trying to have too high of a release point. So problem 1 and 2 work together to create a huge problem for young players, because again, they get told, oh, you can't start your shot from down here. So what do I recommend for young players? Just go at your pace. All right, it's okay if right now you're shooting from down here. What you want to focus on is make sure that you at least have a one-handed jump shot or one-handed shot. So you still want to pretty much follow all the same mechanics the best shooters follow, whether you're shooting from down here or you're shooting from up here. Either way, you want to try to make sure we follow the basic mechanics, have a good grip on the ball, something that's comfortable, have a good base. Try to create this little U right here. You can see like a U right here or a C right here. Try to have that even if you're shooting from down here. And as you gradually get older and stronger, you will develop your release over time. So you don't have to rush it, is what I should say. So again, the way to fix that, just stick to what you're doing, really focus on your mechanics right now. Don't worry so much about getting the ball up here. Just focus on your mechanics, try to finish high, and as you grow older, as you get stronger, your shot will naturally start to, your release point or your set point, which the reason it's hard for me to explain is because I don't even really teach a set point for players. I just teach that they shoot through the shot path where you just go here, here. I don't really teach, okay, set, because when you set, it leads to that catapulted shot. Now the next mistake that you want to avoid is releasing the ball too late. I see this more so on pull-up jumpers from younger players, because a lot of times we practice the set shot, we practice shooting like this, but then when we get in games or when we practice drills off the dribble, it might look something like this. Off the dribble, and you might hold your shot too long. So watch that again. We want to shoot on the way up. We don't want to, even if we're off the dribble here, that's a lot of times what I see from players is they hold it too long. So you want to make sure, even if it's off the dribble, you're here and you are shooting on the way up, so it's right there. All right, so boom, let's say I'm off the dribble here, on the way up. Now, one way you can improve this is delaying your release. So what I mean by that is going up into your shot before you bring the ball up. So with no ball here, I'm up, and then I'm bringing the ball up. It's a slight delay. By having this slight second delay, it'll allow for a smooth shot. So what happens is a lot of players bring the ball. Again, this problem could be created from that set point that I just mentioned, which I don't teach that. I teach just shoot through the shot path, because I think it makes it smoother. But when players focus on a set point, what happens is they get here, they set it, and then they set it way too early, and they end up shooting the ball too late. So what I recommend is here, up, into your shot, and then bring the ball up through your shot path and kind of let your whole body create the momentum that you need for your shot. Now, the next thing you need to stop doing is stop aiming. So basketball, when you shoot a basketball, it's not like shooting darts. Darts, you aim, you shouldn't be doing that for basketball. When I teach players targeting or sighting, which is finding the rim, that's all we're doing is finding the rim. We're not aiming, okay? So when we catch the ball, find the rim, everything's natural. We're not going here and aiming the ball. Again, all these problems seem to be created because of we try so hard to get the ball in a set point. So really, I think this set point thing really prevents a lot of players from reaching their full shooting potential. Now, whether that's the way it was intended to be taught or whatever, I don't know. But that's why I teach players just to go through a shot path. Don't worry about a set point. I think it's that mental word point makes players go point and just place the ball here, and that leads to a lot of problems. So don't aim. When you catch the ball, just get into your shot. As soon as you target, okay, I see the rim, boom. I'm not here, okay, aiming. You know, you don't want to do that. All right, now the next tip, stop shooting the basketball so flat. This usually happens because players aren't strong enough and they come out to the three-point line too early. You want to have a good arc on the basketball. Now, what do I recommend? I recommend having an arc where the ball at the top of its flight is at the same level as the top of the backboard. And that will ensure that you have a pretty good arc on your jump shot or on your shot period. So you want to focus on that. Now, if you're a young kid or if you're not strong, to be shooting out here and your shot is kind of like this, where the ball never hits the top of that backboard and you shoot a flat shot, you don't have a good chance of it going in because you're not giving it the optimal angle to go through the basket. The higher it is, the better chances it has of going in. Well, not the higher it is, but if it's higher than that. Now, you don't want your shot too high, because if it's too high, it makes it very difficult to get in the rim as well. So you want to have that perfect angle, which usually the top of the backboard is kind of the area